And while the job market remains strong, wages have barely budged. And there's been a big push nationally to raise the minimum wage. That's a big focus for small business owners in Miami, which is the top city for startup activity. Kate Rogers has our story.
At Panther Coffee in Miami Beach, Florida, no worker makes less than $10 an hour. In fact, with tips, most entry-level workers take home an average hourly pay of $15. Husband and wife team Joel and Letitia Pollock say generous pay is essential to their business's success.
We can't have a business without a team. And if people come to work and they don't feel appreciated or they don't feel respected, I find minimum wage disrespectful.
But a battle is brewing in Miami Beach over raising the local minimum wage. City officials voted to increase it to more than $13 an hour by 2021, nearly $5 above the state's current minimum. But earlier this year, a judge ruled against that wage hike, and arguments are set to begin in appeals court this fall. The battle comes as the national push to raise wages grows. More than half of states nationwide now have wage floors above the federal minimum of $7.25 an hour. Advocacy groups like the Florida Retail Federation say a wage hike would damage local business growth and negatively impact workers.
So you're talking about mom and pop shops that have a really finite amount of money to spend.
One barbecue pork.
Adam Meltzer, owner of the Daily Creative Food Company, understands the concern. He says any wage above $13 an hour would cause him to make some tough choices at his small business, where he also begins pay at $10 an hour.
We might run into some problems where we would have to actually decrease the amount of hours minimum wage employees worked. We also might have to raise menu prices, which would affect customers, which would also affect possibly the overall business as a whole.
But Miami Beach's mayor, Philip Levine, told us living on $8.10 an hour simply isn't doable in the city.
The question is, how do you live? Well, you live because the government's going to help you. They're funding you with subsidized programs, welfare programs, social programs. So basically, the taxpayers are subsidizing the cost of businesses.
One thing is for sure, entrepreneurs like Meltzer and the Pollocks will be closely watching this case as they make decisions about hiring and expanding right here in the city. For a Nightly Business Report, I'm Kate Rogers in Miami Beach, Florida.